श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ प्रणो देवे सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजनेपते दीनामवित्र्यवतो वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तां महावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीर्मनभगामिनी यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं गामश्वं पुरुषानहम् अश्वपूर्वां रथमद्यां हस्तिनादप्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवे बुभक्वये श्रीर्मा देवेज्वरतां कांसोऽस्मितां विरण्यप्राकाराम् आर्द्राञ्ज्वलं तें दृप्तां दर्पयन्तीं पद्मे स्थितां पद्मवर्णां तामिहो भक्वये श्रियं चन्द्रां प्रभासां यजराज्वलं तें श्रियं लोके देवजुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये अलक्ष्मीर्मेनस्य तां त्वां वृणे आदित्यवर्णे तपसोऽधिजातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोत बिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुदन्तु मायान्तरायाश्च बाह्याः लक्ष्मीः उपैतु मां देवजगः कीर्तिश्च मणिना सह प्रादुर्भूतोऽस्मि राष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् कीर्तिवृद्धिं ददातु मे क्षुत्पिपासामलां ज्येष्ठाम् अलक्ष्मीर्नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिमसमृद्यं च सर्वान् निर्णतमे गृहात् गन्धद्वारां दरादर्शां नित्यपुष्टाङ्करेषणीं ईश्वरेकं सर्वभूतानां तामिहो भक्वये श्रियं मनसः काममाकोदिं वाचः सत्यमशीमहे पशूनां रूपमन्नः समयश्रेष्ठयतां यशः कर्दमेन प्रजाभूता मयि सम्भव कर्दम श्रियं वासय मे कुले मातरं पद्ममालिनीम् आपस्रजन्तस्निग्धानि जग्ले तव समे गृहे निजदेवेर्मातरग् श्रियं वासय मे कुले आर्द्रां यक्करणीं यष्टिं पिङ्गळां पद्ममालिनीं चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः आर्द्रां पुष्करणीं पुष्टिं सुवर्णां हेममालिनीं सूर्यां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तां महावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीर्पनभगामिनीं हिरण्यं प्रबोधं गावो दास्योऽस्वान् विन्देयं पुरुषानहं पद्मप्रिये पद्मिनि पद्महस्ते पद्मालये पद्मदलायताक्षी विश्वप्रिये विष्णुमनोनकूले त्वत्पादपद्मन्मयि सन्निधत्स्व ॐ महादेवी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् ॐ महादेवी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् वक्त्राब्जे भाग्यलक्ष्मीः करदलकमले सर्वदा दानलक्ष्मीः दोर्दण्डे वीरलक्ष्मीः हृदयसरसिजे भूतकारुण्यलक्ष्मीः खड्गाग्रे शौर्यलक्ष्मीः निखिलगुणगण आडम्बरे कीर्त्यलक्ष्मीः सर्वाङ्गे सौम्यलक्ष्मीः त्वयि तु विजयतां सर्वसाम्राज्यलक्ष्मीः.
Sitaram all. We are students from Sita Lakshmi Gurukula in Srimad Valmiki Ashrama, and today we will be chanting a few slokas from Sundara Kanda of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. So these set of slokas, they occur when Sita Devi is in a great deal of misery and she is deciding to suicide and take her life. At such a time, auspicious omens unexpectedly embrace her, and her body's left side starts to throb. This is considered as an auspicious omen for women. And an inexplicable joy adores her, and due to this sudden joy, she feels the presence of Rama in front of her. So as we chant, we would request you all to follow along with us.
Yes. So we'll be chanting few shlokas and we'll also be telling the meaning of each and every shloka. I request all of you to repeat the shlokas. So before starting, we'll all sit straight. Close your eyes. We'll chant 3 rounds of Ramanama. Inhale. Ram. Inhale. Ram. Inhale. Ram. Don't open your eyes. This is the time for yourself. Relax. Now we'll be experiencing Sita's devotion towards Rama. Tathagatam tam
Tathagatam tam vyatitam aninditam vyatitam aninditam vyapetaharsham vyapetaharsham paridhinamanasam paridhinamanasam shubham nimittani shubham nimittani shubhani bejire shubhani bejire naram shriya jushtam naram shriya jushtam ivopajeevinah ivopajeevinah. Sita Mata is sitting in the Ashok Vatika and her heart is weak and she's trembling due to the stress and misery. And at such a time, auspicious omens embrace her, just as how auspicious beings adore a virtuous hero. Tasya shubham, tasya shubham, vamamarala pakshma, vamamarala pakshma, rajivritam, rajivritam, Krishna Vishala Shuklam, Krishna Vishala Shuklam, Praspandateikam, Praspandateikam, Nayanam Sukeshya, Nayanam Sukeshya, Meenahatam, Meenahatam, Padmamiva
padmamivabitambraam. There you see Sita Devi sitting. Now you focus her left eye. It is white in the middle. There are eyeballs which are dark in color. It is surrounded with a row of eyelashes. The edges are red. That left eye is throbbing, like how the lotus throbs with the touch of the fish tail. Bhujashchacharvanchita, bhujashchacharvanchita, peenavrittaha, peenavrittaha, paragyakala garu, paragyakala garu, chandanarha, chandanarha, anuttamena, anuttamena, adhyushitah priyena, adhyushitah priyena, chirena vamaha, chirena vamaha, samavepatashu, samavepatashu. Sita Mata's plump, round left arm that deserves to be smeared in sandal paste, and which was once embraced by her matchless man, is now throbbing. Gajendrahasta, Gajendrahasta, Pratimascha pinaha, Pratimascha pinaha, Tayordvayoho, Tayordvayoho, Samhatayo sujataha, Samhatayo sujataha, Praspandamanaha, Praspandamanaha, Punarururasyaha, Punarururasyaha, Ramam purasthat, Ramam purasthat, Stitham achachakshe, Stitham achachakshe. Her left thigh throbs, conveying that Rama is in front of her. Shubham punaha, Shubham punaha, Hema samana varnam, Hema samana varnam, Ishadrajodvastham, Ishadrajodvastham, Ivamalakshaha, Ivamalakshaha, Vasastitaya,
व्यासस्थिताया शिखराग्रदन्त्याः शिखराग्रदन्त्याः किञ्चित् परिस्रंसत किञ्चित् परिस्रंसत चारुगात्र्याः चारुगात्र्याः. That pure-eyed, jasmine-toothed Sita's face, that pure-eyed and jasmine-toothed Sita Ma, her robe, it is in golden color and it is covered with dust. It gets loosened slightly. एतैर्निमित्तैः अपरैश्च सुब्रूः संबोधिता प्रागपि साधु सिद्धैः वातातपक्लान्तम् इव प्रणष्टं वर्षेण बीजं प्रतिसञ्जहर्ष. Now she is awakened by the auspicious omens and others that conveyed victory to her in the past. She gets a great joy, like how the dry seed was vanished and then withered by the sun and the wind, and then sprouted by the rain. Tasyav punaha bimbapaladarostam स्वक्षिब्रुके शान्तं अराळपक्ष्म वक्त्रं बभासे सितशुक्लदंष्ट्रं राहोर्मुखात् चन्द्र इव प्रमुक्तः Sita Mata's face, with her beautiful white smiling teeth and bimba fruit-like lips, curly hair and beautiful eyes, once again shines, just as how the moon shines when being released from an eclipse. Savita-shoka Vyapanita-tandri
शान्तज्वरा शान्तज्वरा हर्षविवृद्धसत्त्वा
हर्षविवृद्धसत्त्वा
अशोभतार्या
अशोभतार्या
वदनेन शुक्ले
वदनेन शुक्ले
शीतांशुना
शीतांशुना
रात्रिरिवोदितेन
रात्रिरिवोदितेन.
Finally, our Sitamma is free from this sorrow. Her mental fatigue is removed. Her mental pain is removed. Her consciousness is awakened. Her strength grows with cheer. She, the noble lady, is fresh and peaceful. She shines like how the autumnal night shines with the dawning moon of cool rays. In this way, our Sitamma, Mother Sita, is sitting in Ashokvatika. She is merged with the thought that her Rama is infinite. Slowly open your eyes. Sita is in such a thought. We'll also be in a great thought and will be peaceful and will listen to Anna's Upanyasam. Sitaram.
Sitaram.
श्रियकान्ताय कल्याणनिधये निधयेऽर्थिनां श्रीवेङ्कटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम्. Today morning we are blessed to have darshanam of Lord Venkateshwara, Srinivasa, the eternal abode of Mahalakshmi. Nivasa means abode, Shrihi means Mahalakshmi. And we also listened to Sri Suktam after having darshanam of Srinivasa. After listening to Sri Suktam by great Sri Vaishnavites, and after listening to the Mahalakshmi's or Sita Lakshmi's description in Sundarakandam, I feel the presence of Mahalakshmi, and I am tempted to talk today on Mahalakshmi, but yet the first day's title is Durga. So let us see about Durga Mata. Srimati Vijayalakshmi ji requested me to talk on Hindu goddesses, Sanatana Dharma's goddesses, for 3 days. And we have a privilege to see God as mother. Very rare among religions, existing religions. Normally, in some religions, worshipping the goddess or seeing the divine as mother is abominable, is a very great sin. Should not be done. It's an anathema. But to us, to the Hindus, worshipping the goddess or seeing the divine as mother is a very great pride and privilege. And that is the greatness of Sanatana Dharma. Before going to the topic, for few minutes, I wish to talk on the place of woman in Sanatana Dharma. We Hindus, we Indians may not know at all that how much reverence we give to the woman. Only when we compare the womanhood of India with the Western world, we can understand it. Only from the last century, maybe from the 18th century, we see very great women writers, women thinkers, women leaders in the Western world. But in India, starting from the Vedic age, we have great women philosophers, women writers, women thinkers, and women leaders and women warriors. That's the greatness of India. You take USA, I don't know, starting from the independence of USA up to this time, how many centuries have gone? Maybe a couple of centuries? Maybe. So in this, how many presidents are women? How many American presidents are women? The answer is nobody. But in India, we are now having a second president. Starting from just 1947, we got freedom. In last 70 years, we have a second woman president in India. We have prime ministers, women presidents, and a woman president from the downtrodden community. That's very interesting. Not only this, starting from the Vedic age, how many women poets we have? Vishwavara, Apala, Vagambruni, Romasa, Lopamudra. These are the seers in the Rig Veda. And when you come to Upanishads, the great scholars like Gargi, and also the Brahmavidya aspirers like Maitreyi, we see these great women in Upanishads. And there are hundreds of women contributors in the Vedic Suttas. To name a few, I gave these names like Lopamudra. And then Itihasas and Puranas. If you take Ramayana, Sita Devi, Tara, Mandodari, Kausalya Mata, Sumitra, Kaikeyi. These are the great Striyascha Mukhyaha, Ramayana says. At the end, Valmiki Maharshi says, Striyascha Mukhyaha. Even Manusmriti also says, Etra Naryastu Pujyante Tatra Devataha. The society in which women are honored, gods become pleased. In Mahabharata too, the great woman, up to our times, we worship Draupadi. I don't know whether North India has Draupadi worship or not. They may have, I think. Otherwise, our president will not be named after Draupadi. Only by seeing that, I guess that Orissa also may have women, that is Draupadi worship. And here in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka, in Andhra, in so many villages we have Draupadi temple and Mahabharata lecture. Mahabharata Tirukooth, it's called as Tirukooth, Mahabharata folklore. and Mahabharata Villupattu. See, when our elders wanted to propagate Mahabharata to the villages, they did not prefer to build the temple of Dharmaputra or Arjuna. They built Draupadi Amman Kovil, Draupadi temple, in which Panchapandavas are also there. That is how this Draupadi, Mahabharata's Draupadi, Kunti, Gandhari. And then later you see, in history also, in Indian history also, if you take Sangam literature, Auvayar, Velli Veediyar, Kakkai Padiniyar, in Divya Prabandham, the great Andal, and also in Shaivite literature, Karaikal Ammayar, so on and so forth. Great women leaders you have, Velu Nachiyar, Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bhai, such kind of women warriors we have. Even in Rigveda, there is a woman warrior, Vispala, her name is. And Rigveda reports, Vispala lost her leg in war. And Ashwins, being physicians, they gave her a wooden leg. This is there in Rigvedic mantra. So, starting from Rigveda up to our time, we have a very great reverence to women. Women reverence is not a new thing to India. What they call women empowerment is not a new thing to India. Yesterday was Republic Day. Yesterday I was talking in our Gurukula. Again, democracy is not a new thing to India. Even though we had king's rule starting from the Veda, king's rule was democratic. Otherwise, Dasharatha would not have asked his subjects, can I crown Rama after me? He is begging for the permission from the people. He also says, Anya Madhyastha Chintahi Vimarda Vyadikodaya. I need your suggestion regarding this. I feel that my son is fit to rule the kingdom. But you have to say, because your suggestion will be objective. Therefore, please tell me whether my son is deserving or not. If he doesn't deserve, Anya Madhyastha Chintahi, please suggest me who else can get this rulership. This is what he is asking. Dasharatha is asking. Therefore, Vishastva sarva vanchantu matvad rashtam adhibrashat, Rigveda says. On seeing this mantra, we feel that in ancient days, the leaders were elected. Leaders were loved by the people. And the very word king means the one who gladdens the subjects. Ranjanat Raja. Rajan is called as Rajan because he is gladdening the subjects. Therefore, the government was people-centric. In the same way, women reverence is very natural to our nation. In that way, in our religion, we have a privilege to worship the goddesses. So after having darshan of Srinivasa and Alamelumanga Tayar here, we start this. Holy Trinity, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. In this Holy Trinity, as the epithet Durga is convenient, we gave that in title. Durga, I don't want to narrow the scope of Durga to Durga alone. Here, to me, Durga is Parvati. Okay. So, I wish to talk on various manifestations of this Parvati. Parvati at first comes in Talavakara Shakha of Samaveda. Umam Haimavatim. Lord Indra had a darshan of Haimavati Uma. This is how Upanishad says, Kena Upanishads. While all devas were thinking, Asmakameva ayam Vijayaha, Asmakameva ayam Mahima iti, they conquered the demons and they are celebrating the victory. This triumph is of us. This is how they cry cheerfully. At that time, they could see a jyoti, a splendor. This splendor is matchless. They tried to approach that splendor. They sent Agni as messenger. Agni couldn't approach this splendor. And Agni made all effort. It is told in the Upanishad that splendor is a yaksha. A splendor comes in a yaksha form. It's nothing but Brahman. The Brahman placed a grass in front of Agni. If you are capable of burning, because you say you are proud that your power is to burn anything in the world. If you are capable of burning anything in the world, you burn this grass. Tasmai trinam nidadau. Etat dahasveti. Then Agni makes all efforts, but Agni couldn't burn that grass. He felt ashamed and returned, understanding that burning ability of fire is not of fire. Then they send Vayu. Vayurva ahamasmi, Matarishwa va ahamasmi iti. And this Vayu comes and asks the Yaksha, who are you? Yaksha says, first of all, you tell me who you are. I am Vayu. What is your capability? I am capable of moving anything in the world. Then you move this straw. Vayu makes all efforts, but Vayu couldn't move that straw. He felt ashamed and he returned back. Then now the king, Indra, Vayu and Agni are messengers of Indra. Now Indra himself is approaching. Well, Indra comes there, that Yaksha disappears, that splendor disappears, and Indra had a darshan of Uma. Uma is the word used here in Kena Upanishads. Uma. And Uma's another name is Haimavati. Haimavati is interpreted in two ways by commentators. One, who is the daughter of Himavan. Another one, who has golden ornaments. This Haimavati appeared in front of that Indra, and she informed Indra. She gave that wisdom to Indra, that the triumph which all of you are celebrating is not the victory of you, but this is the victory of the ultimate Brahman. Therefore, you celebrate this as the victory of ultimate Brahman. This is the starting point. This appears to be a simple story. But how this concept, penetrated many of the kings of India. As Indra celebrated then, after listening to the words of Parvati or Haimavati or Uma, Indra celebrated the victory, not of his victory, but of Brahman. This is how Kena Upanishad says. That's a starting point. From that, all Indian kings, they started to celebrate the utsavas they conducted, not for themselves, but for the deity in temple, god of the temple. They offered their ornaments to the temple god. They felt that I am not the king, but the temple deity is the king. Lord Ranganatha is the king. This is how the Chola kings felt. Or Lord Brigadishwara or Nataraja is a king. That's how they felt. And Sundareshwara is a king. That's how Pandya kings felt. Meenakshi is the queen. Sundareshwara is a king. Or Sundarabahu is a king. Adahar is a king. This is how they felt. Everywhere this attitude. Which attitude? I am the king. Bristling the moustache like Hiranyakasipu. Hiranyakasipu felt, I am the Godhead. Everybody should worship me. And we have this wonderful story. If somebody has that arrogance, how he will be smashed. Every child knows Hiranyakasipu's story in our Indian culture, in Hindu culture. On the other hand, kings throughout Indian culture, maybe Chola kings or Pandya kings or Hoysala kings, Vijayanagara kings or Rajaputs, Rajasthan kings and Maratha kings like Shivaji, these kings, they did not feel that they are kings, but Bhagavan in the temple is the king. With that tendency, they approached the temple. They worshipped Bhagavan. The tendency is a democratic tendency. Yesterday was Republic Day. Therefore, I am telling this. This tendency, I am the king, is nothing, is dictatorship. I am the king. The divine is the king. God is the king. What is God in Hinduism? If you say God in Hindu Dharma, what is God? What is God's name? Even by seeing the God's name, you can understand what is God. What is God's epithet? What is God's name? Vishnu. What's the meaning of Vishnu? Vishaldra Vyaptau. Vishnu means all pervasive. Visha Praveshane. Vishnu means indweller. Vishnu is indweller. Vishnu all pervades everywhere. Vishnu is infinite. Therefore, Vishnu means Vishwa. Vishwam Vishnu. Vishnu Sahasranama starts in that way. Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaraha. Therefore, Vishnu means all. Vishnu means infinite. Vishnu means he dwells everywhere. He dwells in everywhere. Therefore, God in Hinduism means all. God means the Antaryamin, the indweller of this universe. God means the one who pervades. Therefore, Prahlada says in Bhagavatam, Vasudeve Bhagavati, yet sarvatra tadikshanam. Bhakti is to see God in all beings and love and serve all beings. This is how he defines bhakti. Simple. This is Hinduism's devotion. Therefore, on seeing God as king means seeing people as king, people as rulers. In this way, democracy is as old as India. Democracy is our own, our own assert in India. That is why in India, democracy did not come with a very great effort. To my knowledge, which is very small, except India, anywhere else, especially in Western world, when democracy tried to enter into the country, with a very great effort, with a very great opposition, it entered. Okay, this you may see in the world history. Even now, democracy struggles to enter into several countries, especially in Middle East. In Middle East, to my knowledge, one country which has democracy is Kuwait. There also women cannot vote. But here in India, without even a least of hesitation, without even a least of objection, democracy came as if democracy is the very nature of India. And this democracy starts there. Where? In Talavakara Shaka of Samaveda, where Uma Haimavati gives the message. This Uma Haimavati says to Indra, this is not your victory, this is the victory of Brahman. Then what is Brahman? Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Brahman is infinite, Brahman is everything, Brahman is all. So this is the victory of everything. This is the victory of all. This is the victory of the all-pervasive divine. The message is conveyed in the Veda up to that time, starting from that time up to ours. Everywhere you see this democratic element which was inaugurated in Talavakara Shakha in Kenopanishad by Uma, Parvati. So, while we deliver lecture on Parvati, with that we celebrate Republic Day also. And this Parvati has 10 manifestations. Like Lord Vishnu has 10 avatars, Parvati has her own 10 avatars. These 10 avatars or 10 manifestations are called as Mahavidyas in Tantra Shastra, Dasha Mahavidyas. Let us have a glimpse of this Dasha Mahavidya. Actually, we have to talk on every Mahavidya. One session we have to talk. We have to dedicate separately 10 sessions for 10 Mahavidyas. These 10 Mahavidyas start from Kali. Kali, what is Kala? Kala means time. In Ujjain we have Lord Shiva, whose name is Mahakala. And that Mahakala's Ambal is Mahakali. This is how it all starts. Mahakala, Mahakali, a feminine. Mahakali is the presiding deity of Kala, time. And this time is very important in Hindu Dharma. Regarding this time, Hindu Dharma alone coincides with the scientific finding of the how old the universe is. How old this universe is. Hindu Dharma is talking about yugas, manvantaras, then kalpas, and one kalpa, how long it is, this coincides with the scientific discovery. And Hindu Dharma alone has a beautiful concept regarding time. What is that? Time is cyclic in Sanatana Dharma. To my knowledge, no other religion talks in this way. In other cultures, other religions, time is linear. Here, time is cyclic. Krita, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Again, this will be followed by Krita, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Bhagavan Kalki is going to come. This is how Hindus believe. Purana talks on that. In Mahabharata, there is a shloka which gives Kalki Jataka. Two avatars have Jataka, Rama Jataka and Kalki Jataka. Kalki, who is not yet born, has his Jataka. Yada Tishyascha, have forgotten this shloka. Ekarasau Sameshyanti. This is how the shloka says in Markandeya Samasya Parva of Mahabharata. In one Rasi, several stars will stand. If you see that on the space, you can understand that Kalki is already born. If Kalki is born, then it means Kritam has started. Many people have a misconception that when Kalki comes, he will destroy the whole world. No. Purana doesn't tell like that. Purana says, as soon as Kalki will be born, the mind gets expanded. With that, again Kritam will come. Krita Yuga will come. Why Krita Yuga is called as Krita Yuga? Krita Yuga is the Yuga in which people are satisfied. Krita Krityaha Tada Rajan. People live with a very great contentment. Therefore, that is Krita Yuga. That Kalki Bhagavan comes to establish that Krita Yuga. Again Krita comes. Then Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Again Krita will come. That is how time is mandala. Time is cyclic. In this way, 71 Chatru Yugas contribute a Manvantara. The basis of science, the foundation of science is energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. We also say that the creation or universe is beginningless and the universe is endless. In every Mahasankalpa we say, Anadi Avidya Vasanaya. Anadi. Universe is Anadi. Anadi means beginningless. Universe is Anadi. Other things are also Anadi. The Dharma in universe, which is Sanatana Dharma, is Anadi. That is why it is called as Sanatana. And the owner of Dharma and the universe, that is the Bhagavan, Ishvara. Ishvara is Anadi. If Ishvara is beginningless, then his nature also has to be beginningless. His creation also, his universe also is beginningless. This is a very great philosophy. This Kala is like a river, says the Vedanta. Nadi vaprabhavat kachit akshaya atsyandate yatha. Like a river. In that river, there are so many bubbles, like seconds and pakshas, ayanas, then samvatsara. Samvatsara pratyakshena nadhisattva pradrishyate. So, when these terms, pakshas, ayanas, and samvatsaras, and yugas, manvantaras, and kalpas, these are just terms. These terms are imposed upon a fundamental principle, and that fundamental principle is Kala. And that Kala is not visible to us, says the Veda. Na adhisattvaha pradrishyate. The fundamental time is not visible. This is a very high concept. Whether we understand this concept or not, we use it. You search for the definition of time. No definition is satisfactory. No definition of time in dictionaries. Even scientists cannot give a proper definition for time. But if somebody asks a question, what's time? What is time? You can easily say 7:47. It's interesting. Time is confined to this clock. The infinite time, the abstract time, which cannot be easily cognized, is understood, is used, whether understood or not, is used. With the help of this watch, the small watch is showing you what is time. In the same way, whether we understand God or not, whether we have His perception, whether we cognize Him as He is or not, if somebody asks, what is God? We can easily show, here He is, finished. Lord Venkateshwara, with his conch and disc, he is standing, finished. Just on seeing Lord Venkateshwara, do we understand him? We may not. We may not. Just on seeing this clock or watch, we don't understand what is time. But we use it. We use the time. In the same way, Bhagavan, whether we understand him or not, even the great souls, they feel difficult to understand him. But still, we enjoy him. We enjoy his worship. That's interesting. And more we start to enjoy, more we understand him. That's the greatness of Bhagavan. Coming back to this point, Mahakali. In Gupta era, they understood the significance of time. Aryabhatta belongs to this great era, which is a golden era of India. And the researchers, the scientists of time, they belong to this era. The kings, the Guptas, understood the significance of the time. Therefore, they established a common clock of India. India, for your information, we know this, India is united by many ways. In those ways, India is united by time too. Those who have visited USA can understand this. USA is not united by time. Okay. Massachusetts has a different time. California has a different time. Houston has a different time. But not in India. India is consistent. Starting from Kanyakumari to Himalayas, starting from Kolkata to Ahmedabad, everywhere you have a fixed time. India was united by time too. This unity was established by Guptas. Guptas established the huge clock of India. They shifted from Pataliputram to Ujjain only because they wanted a central India to be the capital of India. In center, they established the capital. In that Ujjain, they established the time clock, which is the common clock for the whole of India. And they also established Mahakala and Mahakali, which represents time. Mahakaleshwara. And that Kali's devotee is Kalidasa. Everything is linked. He is also called as Kalidasa. He belongs to Ujjain, same Gupta era. Kalidasa also belongs to that place. And coming back, this great Mahakali, who appears to be ferocious, she is a ferocious goddess because time is ferocious. Time is making parivartanam. Time has mutations. Time changes. Fortunately, time moves swiftly. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa worshipped this time goddess. His goddess is Mahakali. His favorite is Mahakali. And in fact, we have to tell that Mahakali's favorite is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It is not Ramakrishna who preferred to worship Mahakali. Ramakrishna worshipped Lord Krishna there in the temple. He worshipped Radha Kanta. But somehow Mahakali gave darshan to Ramakrishna and said, I will be very happy if you do puja for me, if you accept me in puja, because I am also a Vaishnavi. You are also a Vaishnava. Therefore, may you worship me. This is how this Kali came to Ramakrishna. This is how the story is. I am just narrating the story. From that day onwards, Ramakrishna started to do puja of this Kali. Throughout his life, he was with Kali and he was so innocent. He considered Kali as his mother, that he is a child in the lap of Mother Kali. He throbbed to have darshan of Bhavatarini, and he was compelling Bhavatarini to come in front, in person. While Bhavatarini did not come, he took the sword of Bhavatarini. He was about to cut off his head. At that time, Devi came and stopped him. Due to the great compassion, Mother came and stopped him and gave her darshan. When Narendra came to him, Ramakrishna said to Narendra, because Narendra complained a lot about his family pressures and troubles, don't worry, Mother is inside. You go and pray. Narendra entered into the temple in the sanctum sanctorium. He forgot everything. He did not pray to come out of troubles. He felt the presence of Mother, the divinity. He could only pray for devotion, detachment, and knowledge. He couldn't pray for his family. He couldn't pray for what materialistic pleasures. He came back to Ramakrishna. I couldn't. See, he several times went to Bhavatarani. He couldn't pray for materialistic pleasures. So, Bhavatarani's presence is like that. Bhavatarani impels us to pray for the spiritual growth. That is why she is Bhavatarani. Bhava means samsara. Bhava means materialism. Bhavatarani means one who transcends, one who makes us to transcend this samsara. This is Kali. Next deity is Bhuvaneshwari. Let me sum up quickly. We have only 5 minutes time. Next one is Bhuvaneshwari. While Kali is the presiding deity of time, Bhuvaneshwari is the presiding deity of space. Okay. In both of them, you see a unique thing. Kali is standing upon Lord Shiva. Okay. And Bhuvaneshwari is sitting upon Lord Shiva. Panchapreta Samasina. You see, in this Tantra, the importance to woman, okay, importance to motherhood. Kali stands upon Shiva. Again, this is Vedic. In Vivaha Mantra, Murdhanam Patyuhu Arohe. A bride, a priest is telling to bride, stand upon the head of your husband. Mantra, I am not telling. This is a Vedic mantra. And Kali is proving that. It means Vivahita. Okay. Any bride is supposed to behave like Kali. Patyur Murdhanam Arohe. What does it mean? Dominate your husband. Rule over your husband. I don't think in that way. I don't interpret this mantra in that way. What I feel is, you stand having husband as your base. Okay. Husband as your foundation. Shakti is standing, or Shakti has the foundation of Shiva. Okay. So that is what Kali shows. That is what Bhuvaneshwari shows. This is Sri Anna's interpretation of Bhuvaneshwari and Kali. And next to Bhuvaneshwari, this is one dual, preceding deities of time and space. Next dual, Matangi and Bhairavi. Bhairavi is a ferocious goddess who is the goddess of war, who is the goddess of strength, might, power. Matangi is a goddess of softness, art, soft skills, aesthetic sense. That is Matangi. This is another dual. The third dual, Bala and Dhumavati. Bala is always child. Bala is Kanya, Kanya Kumari. Bala is a child. Dhumavati is always a party, granny, old lady. Both are one. Shakespeare calls it a second childhood. That's this old age. Okay. So Bala represents innocence. Bala is a preceding deity of innocence. Dhumavati, the old lady, is the representative of maturity. Innocence and maturity are worshipped here as Bala, Bala Tripura Sundari and Dhumavati. This is another dual, the third dual. The fourth dual is Tara and Bhagalamukhi. What is Tara? Tara is the presiding deity of word. It means Saraswati. Day after tomorrow we are going to deal with that. Tara and Saraswati are more or less one. This is Tantra Shastra. Interestingly, I don't know why, Madhvacharya in Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya, he says, he is the only person who says like that. Ramayana's Tara is Saraswati's incarnation. Okay. Here this tantric deity, Tara, is the presiding deity of word. And then Bhagalamukhi is the presiding deity of silence. Even if you see Bhagalamukhi's picture or idol, Bagala has a rein. Through this rein, he controls the tongue of an asura. A demon will be standing there. Just by this rein, she controls the tongue of an asura. This is an iron rein, something like that. Kambi. Okay. So, she makes us to be in silence. She is a presiding deity of silence. Word and silence. These are the two deities. Next to two deities, one is Chinnamasta, another one is Kamalatmika. As Tara is Saraswati, Kamalatmika is Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is a presiding deity of auspiciousness. Mangalyamastu Mama Mangala Devatayaha. She is Mangala Devata, auspiciousness. Mahalakshmi is a presiding deity of life, living, auspicious life, interest towards life. On the other hand, Chinnamasta is the presiding deity of detachment, Vairagya. You see how Chinnamasta is perhaps the most ferocious deity. Chinnamasta is. This Chinnamasta, as her name suggests, she cuts her head, having that skull in her hand. This is how Chinnamasta stands. That is her idol. Chinnamasta. And this is the deity of Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni, who wrote Uma Sahasram, 1000 slokas about Uma. His Upasya Devata is this Chinnamasta. What is this conveying? Why such a ferocious goddess is worshipped in Tantra? Cutting the head means cutting the ego. Okay. She represents egolessness, however ferocious. Ego, giving up ego itself is a very daring and ferocious deed. It's not an easy thing. It is a very daring sadhana. For that only jnanis are called as dhiras. Iti susruma dhiranam, brave. Okay. Unless we are brave, we can't give up ego altogether. 100% ego renunciation. That is this Chinnamasta. Therefore, she is a daring and a ferocious goddess, where we see 100% egolessness and complete detachment. These are dual deities. So, 5 dual deities are 10 Mahavidyas. Okay. Kala, time and space. For that, Kali and Bhuvaneshwari. Auspiciousness, interest in love, life and detachment. That is Chinnamasta and Kamalatmika. Dhumavati, that is innocence and maturity, old age and childhoodness. For that, we have Bala Tripura Sundari and Bhagalamukhi. This is how we have 10 great deities, soft skill and hard skill. For that, Matangi and Bhairavi. These are Dasha Mahavidyas. So with this, we conclude today's lecture. This 10 great Mahavidyas in Tantra Shastra. This is Durga, this is Parvati. Tomorrow we will be seeing Mahalakshmi. Sarvatra Govindanama Sankirtanam.
Share their art with you. This was simply amazing to get an understanding of so many aspects of the Devi. We all think that everything is separate while everything is only one. So kindly wait. Romba thanks, sir.